What's going on, everyone? I wanted to give a overview of this shot that I have set up with Peter B and Mayday. I have them. My idea was to have them watching TV at night. She's sleeping on his chest. You can see the TV here. Let me turn this light on real quick first. You can see the TV here. Then there's just a few things sitting around for her toys. This diorama here is just because I needed a wall, something to fill in the gray from the screen that it's sitting on. The shelves in the back are to fill the back wall, because if you look at the frame here, let me move this over and get you closer to the view screen. If I didn't have those few things there, you would just see the gray, and that, I don't know, I didn't really like the gray, even though it kind of looked like a wall as well. So when I set up a shot like this, I typically will pose the figure, place them where I want, if it's going to be on a couch or on a wall, up on a fire escape or whatever, and then I'll build the scene around them to fill in the gaps, basically. So you can see on here, there's a few toys that I have, accessories, just to fill in this blank area. When you're doing something like this, for me, I like to make sure that the TV here, move this over here. So the light that I'm using for the TV, this blue light here, is to represent that the TV is on and the glow is in the room. So something like that, I want to make sure that it is not shining on the back of the TV. So in the frame, I'll just move the TV over. I'll turn this out. See, right now you can kind of see that there's some blue glow on the back. So I'll just adjust the light accordingly, move it around. As you can see, I'm moving the light. I mean, there's also a white light here with the gobo, so you have to make sure what light is what. But you don't really want, if you were going to use like a red light, you don't want a red light that you wanted on the screen to be on the back of the TV, because that wouldn't make sense that the glow of a TV is on the back of the TV as well as glowing in the room. Then the gobo, move closer to the shot. You can see it looks like a window. And then I just have light shining in from the street light or a moon or whatever you want to go with. You could make it colors to make it look like a neon light was outside the person's window or something like that. Maybe have Vapor laying on a couch, those bloodshot eyes because of this neon light. That'd be a funny shot. So over here, I have a piece of glass. Move this up. Hopefully this isn't too crazy, the moving and the voice. The first time I'm trying it, I don't really know the best way to do these. Might do a voiceover if the voice is no good. So the piece of glass is because I want it to look like it's raining. So I have the piece of glass in front of the light. You could also put the piece of glass sometimes in front of the lens, but in this case, I have it in front of the light because my idea was to have it look like the rain is dripping down on the window. So you saw that I sprayed there, and then if I move you closer to the scene setup, you can see the specks of water dripping down. Let's spray again. Kind of look like it's raining. The piece of glass is being held up by these 3-2-1 blocks. They're extremely useful. I don't know if you don't have those, they're definitely worth getting. That's these things right here. And with those blocks, you could use like these magnetic helping hands. This thing right here to hold things up as well. So something useful for toy photography. The rag is there just to catch the water that's dripping down. Bring it back over to here. My ISO is 100. My f-stop is 6.3. And my shutter speed is 1.6. So I have it at 6.3. I want the background to be a little blurry. The main focus is on him and her. Everything else, if you can see it in there, that works. But otherwise, I don't want everything in full detail. So raising the f-stop will let less light in when you're taking a picture, but it will let more detail in. Let me see if I can change that here. So as you can see, I'm moving it up, and you see less light. I don't know if that, yeah, it looks like it's coming through. Less light is coming in. In this case, I do want it to be more light. I don't want as much detail, like I was saying. So I'm going to go back to my 6.3. The shutter speed will do the same thing. So a lower shutter speed will let more light in. Well, a longer shutter speed, I should say. But if you go up, a quick shutter speed will let less light in. So if you go down, the shutter's going to stay open longer. So even though it looks like that, when you take the picture, it'll be even brighter because it's staying open longer. And then I'll turn this out, and you can see the difference. So without that main light, so I'm really just shooting this with 2 lights, so you can see how dark it is. Open the shutter speed a little bit. I want a little more light in. If I go down on detail, so I think I could go to 5 on this, and that's it. No, 4.5. And you can see how the background, I don't know if that's going to really show, but the background is getting more blurry, but the focus is still on them. Most of my shots will be between 5.6 to 7.1. And then I guess that's it. It's just a quick overview. I didn't do this setup on camera, I just did it before, and I'm just kind of showing you around. I'll figure out the best way to do these to give you some tips and tricks and ideas of what's going through my mind, I guess. And then that's it. Alright, hopefully you didn't get dizzy. Hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what I can improve and what you'd like to see next, if anything. Alright, thanks for watching.